want to wish the Jewish people in America and Israel and all around the world a very happy Passover.
Passover celebrates the Jews' redemption from slavery in Egypt and their exodus out of that narrow place of oppression. You can read all about it in the book of, you guessed it, Exodus.
We celebrate God's liberation of the ancient Israelites from slavery in Egypt, guiding them through the prophet Moses on a 40-year journey to a very, very promised land.
Indeed, yeah.
After
I'm the fucking
evil fucking Egyptian pharaoh.
The fucking enemy.
That's right. You know what we called him?
What you call him?
Probably Shelby.
A reminder not only of the enduring strength of the Jewish people, but of the importance of putting our faith in Almighty God no matter what the circumstance.
Okay, kids. Easter weekend is an observation of Christ's crucifixion and resurrection. So, ba-bam! Ba-bam! A basket with candy. We got chocolate bunnies. We got candy.
Have a blessed Passover, and may God continue to watch over the Jewish people, the state of Israel, and the United States of America.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Passover, one and all. It's nearly over, and I thought, I really want to do a Passover intro, kind of like a bit seasonal for Easter, the coming Easter weekend. So I did. There you go. Oh man, we've got so much news to go over, right? We've got to preview the upcoming episode. We got to talk about the general Doctor Who meltdown that the Supreme Court of England has said that their fundamental view of reality is totally flawed, right? So that's pretty cool. Cool. What did that go down? I know there's a bunch of stuff I want to. Somebody's actually done something I really, really wanted them to do, which is very unusual, right? And it looks fantastic, right? So we're going to be looking at what else do I have in the lined up for us? But we do have to look at that and a bunch of trailers, right? New trailer for Thunderbolts, final trailer for Thunderbolts, which I don't think it's going to do very well, and a new trailer for Fantastic Four, which they, you can tell the bits they screw up very, very clearly. Everything's perfect apart from two aspects: Silver Surfer and Mr. Fantastic, right? I mean, that's a problem with current day Doctor Who. It's woke as fuck. It hates working class white people with a bile, right? Oh, I can't stand them. And it's but it's still Shooting-Gatwa, right? Shooting-Gatwa, he's awful, right? He's such a DEI hire because he's incapable of doing anything. But it's all kind of falling apart around their ears right now, which is kind of fun to watch, right? We got here. Let me show you this. Harvard, right? Harvard are like, oh yes, equality, inclusivity, and fuck the Jews, right? That really seems to be their go-to motto. Weirdly enough, right? But yeah, so they're having all their funding pulled, and apparently they're having their tax-exempt status pulled. That's a big deal, right? So people are, and we're going to be going back to the people are like, how dare Donald Trump dictate to a school what they can teach? He's just saying, stop being anti-Semitic. That's really it. Yeah, we can't give you government money if you chase Jews from your classrooms, which you did. I tell you, right? That's wild. It is just bonkers, make bonkers. It's bonkers that people are pushing back on it. But I'm going to show you. But the pushback is so unhinged and desperate now, right? Especially the second thing we're going to show. But here's I know somebody talking about that.
Entitled to U.S. taxpayer dollars if they're not living up to the standards and not protecting civil rights of Jewish students on campuses.
That's probably true.
And let's take a step back to what has led to this earthquake within higher education. After October 7th, we saw a skyrocketing.
I mean, honestly, higher education has been out of control for 20 to 30 years. Right? It's been we're at the other side of them fermenting rebellion. in our society, and filling it with like the weirdest bullshit that you could ever see.
Of anti-Semitism on college campuses, particularly our known most elite college campuses, whether it was Harvard or Columbia. You saw physical assaults against Jewish students. You saw takeover of classroom. You saw riots of property at school, destruction. And then you didn't see enforcement of these universities against those who violated the rules, violated the standards of the university.
Well, I have to tell you, higher education was exactly the same in the 30s. They all supported Hitler, right? It's so funny. Like, nothing's changed.
These schools get billions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer funds. We have a responsibility to be good stewards to make sure that they are protecting Jewish students, and they've abjectly failed. Harvard has been the epitome of this failure. They didn't enforce the rules. They gave the diplomas to those that committed these anti-Semitic crimes against fellow students. I mean, we're talking about physical assaults.
Yeah, and now they're being, if they're not American citizens, they're being booted out of the country. And Harvard, they're losing their funding. Do I have a headline about that? Yeah, I thought I did. Oh, so much. Where is it? No. Oh, was that this one? No. What's this one? Yeah, I mean, look, the Donald comment. I'll go and put up his post. What's the point? I know the Donald. I just find the people. I say there's a couple of people on Facebook constantly posting how the sky is falling, but don't you notice it's not? So like here, where's that clip from CNN? Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Is it CNN polling on deportations? Maybe. Let's see if that does a trick. Yeah. Look at this. Here, 1 second. CNN is always amazed that the world is as we all know it to be, and as you know, they don't believe it's this way, right? They really thought they'd change the whole world and nobody would notice and would all just go along with it. No. Yeah. But it's amazing. The Democrats, the anti-Trump world, managed to get themselves on the wrong side of every issue. And these are like 80-20 issues. Issues where people like 80% of the people agree with Trump, as we see here.
All undocumented immigrants, voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy, and why Donald Trump's net approval rating.
Just look how mad that she looks over there. It's so funny.
On that issue is in the positive.
Yeah, look, they just can't get their heads around it. So, like, this is the latest thing they've been defending, and it's insane. And the way they lie, right, is just outrageous. Check this out. So, this story is doing the rounds, and they're all saying exactly the same lie. So this guy, they describe him as a Maryland man, right? He was a innocent man here legally was kidnapped in the middle of the night by Donald Trump and his ICE agents, the ICE, and they deported him to El Salvador, where he's now in this super maximum security prison, right? So, and he was here legally. So they're lying about everything. He's a El Salvadorian citizen who is a member of MS-13. He was in the country illegally. He had beaten his wife. Right, he has a gang rank. I don't even know how the ranks work and the gang name. He's been judged by 2 judges that he is a gang member in the U.S. 2 U.S. judges, and the reason he was arrested because he was with a bunch of other MS-13 members dressed in MS-13 colors and clothes, with an MS-13 name. So he was rounded up and deported with a bunch of them and sent to an El Salvadoran supermax prison. And because of those, because what's his name, Bukele is the guy in charge of El Salvador. He's turned El Salvador around, so it's one of the safest places in the world now, right? Because he's got all their gangs off the street. So this is the game, and this is the thing that the hill they're dying on, right? This guy, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen, flies out to El Salvador to demand the return of deported MS-13 member. It's like really, it's insane. Is it? I mean, like, these really are rapists and murderers. That they're like, no, don't send away our rapists and murderers. I don't know, that must be bad. Meanwhile, quite unusually, the Trump White House had a incredible response laid out for this. Like, just after they really put all their chips in this basket, you know, they released the files on him showing that he's a violent MS-13 member, right? And they also wheeled out this woman. Who is it? This is Rachel Morris' mother, who was raped and murdered, of course, because they only ever go together, right? Raped and murdered by another one of these gang members. She lives in Maryland. Did she ever get a visit from a senator? No, she didn't. But he flew to protect the MS-13 members, the rapists and murderers. So this is her.
A senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you that's got to be the worst thing to know what happened. Ooh.
Without a mother, and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren?
Because you're white, darling. You're white. That's the problem. They don't like you.
I don't understand this.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of people do, right? But yeah, again, I think the winds of changes here. But here, this is awesome. Just show this headline. Oh, this is so good. Doink. Trump admin instructs the IRS to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status. Yes! Oh, I mean, that's actually a death blow to a university, right? It really is. Yeah, because you know what? That's the hill they wanted to die on. That's the hill they're going to die on. I mean, yeah, that simple. Anyway, you can always tell how well things are going with how big the meltdowns are, and the meltdowns are somewhat delicious, right? They are somewhat delicious. So take out this one from British TV. Who was it? From GB News, I think. Yeah, I think GB News. Share screen. It's 15 minutes long. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Let's not get crazy.
GBN Tonight with me, Martin Daubner. Now, you might remember that earlier this year, when Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, ruffled feathers at the Munich Security Conference, taking aim at EU bureaucrats over freedom of speech.
And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values shared with the United States of America. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
Well, now,
he's absolutely right. I mean, look, I'm sorry. I think he brings up.
Now, sources indicate that J.D. Vance has taken control of those negotiations for that US-UK free trade deal, and his price? Scrapping Britain's LGBTQ plus hate speech laws.
Yes, please. Get rid. Yes, maybe get rid of the blasphemy laws as well, right? Yeah, he wasn't wrong when he said England's going to be the first Islamic state with a nuclear weapon, right? He's not wrong. So, they have a couple of talking heads on, but they have the lefty on. Sebastian Gorka's always fun. But they have this ex-Labour guy on, and he has a meltdown. Oh, somewhat delicious.
Well, I have seen some of the biggest rollbacks of free speech in the US in the last few weeks than I have seen in an awful long time. I think what is happening there is extremely dangerous.
Like, what are you talking about? I mean, like, for once, Conservatives are allowed to talk openly, right? We haven't been able to do that for years and years and years, right? I'm like, what rollback? Things seem to be going pretty darn well, mate, right? I mean, like, just pretty darn awesomely. Yeah. I think it's a good thing.
Donald Trump instructing universities what to say and what to do.
And not to be anti-Semitic.
No.
Yeah, not there. That's it. Just don't be anti-Semitic. You're not allowed to be transphobic. You're not allowed to be like you hate black people. No, you're not allowed to be anti-Semitic, right? And you watch this meltdown he has.
He's saying don't be anti-Semitic or defund.
That was not the case.
Seems reasonable.
People were highlighting the genocide that is going on against the Palestinian people, organised by the Israeli government.
Okay, that's pure anti-Semitism. What you're witnessing now is pure, undiluted anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism in its most traditional form takes the form of blood libels. It says, look at this terrible thing the Jews are doing. They're using Christian baby blood as for their Passover sacrifice, right? And then they get, and then everybody comes out with pitchforks and they rape, murder, and they force Jews from their town, right? That is the go-to form of anti-Semitism. What the Nazis did was subtly different. They said the Jews were genetically inferior, but they're sneaky because they can hide, they can change their appearance, and they can look like normal people, right? But it's always the same thing, right? It's always the same thing. It's like hate the Jews because you have this very valid reason to hate the Jews. There is anybody who has had any knowledge whatsoever about the Gaza conflict knows there is no genocide going on in Gaza. It's been going on for a year and a half, mate, coming up to 2 years. We could get the genocide, if we wanted to wipe everybody out, that's like 2 weeks' work, and we're done, right? I mean, if we want to get 80%, that's a day's work, right? And we're done, right? There's no genocide going on in Gaza whatsoever. And the fact he's saying it is pure, undiluted anti-Semitism. So, yeah, I'm very happy that you're not, that you have been curtailed from being this anti-Semitic in England. And look how angry he is when he's got his little toy taken away. His little virtue, right? Where he thinks he's like, this makes him feel like a good person, right? No. Again, you British killed 4 times more civilians proportionally than the Israelis, right? You have nothing to talk about whatsoever. There is no genocide in Gaza. Saying there's a genocide in Gaza is pure anti-Semitism and designed to give Jews a kicking, which is what's been fucking happening. You racist moron cunt. Right? So let's let him bleat a little bit more.
Not anti-Semitic. In fact, it's anti-Semitic to suggest that
alleged
criticising...
genocide.
No, it is a genocide.
Alleged
we know
genocide.
It's a genocide. We've seen
Alleged genocide. No genocide whatsoever.
it in our own eyes now.
No, you haven't. Again, you've seen what you've been shown, you dumb fuck. Right? And yeah, why am I so supportive of them turning off the gas and the electric and the water in Gaza? Because now, finally, the Gazans are like, oh, fuck Hamas. Let's get rid of them. Right? This is actually anti-Hamas rallies going on in the middle of Gaza now. Yeah, and these are like reasonably well-organized ones for Gaza, right? Right. So, but it all boils down to that, isn't it? You can't be anti-Semitic. That's the line where they freak out. Look at it.
Previously did say alleged, but I think now it is very clear. And what
happened? What changed? What new facts came out? Oh, right, you're a racist cunt, so therefore you must be with Labour.
See in the US is if you speak out a different view on it.
A different view. If you say kill the fucking Jews, yes. Right? If you say from the river to the sea, yes. Yeah. You're a different view. If you just happen to espouse Nazism and try to build a concentration camp, then they say no. Trump's a fascist. What? He's literally stopping fascism. No, these are fascists.
Okay, that's fine. I'm happy for other people to say it's not genocide. That's free speech.
Okay, I'm saying it's not genocide, and I'm saying you are a racist moron cunt. That's also free speech.
But in the US, if you say it's genocide and you have a green card, not a citizenship, deportation.
You know what? I wish it was that much, but yeah, good. And that's why people voted for Trump, and that's why people hate fucking Labour. Frankly, that you will do anything at all to appease the Muslim vote because you can't get away, because you can't get by without it, right? So Muslim rape gangs, no fucking problem. Yeah, they want to say the Jews are committing genocide in Gaza, even though that's not happening. No, then we got to justify it. You fucking racist fucking cunt.
It is the most disgusting, revolting country that I have seen in a long time. And for them, Vance, to tell us that we should allow people to harass women outside abortion centres.
Oh, no, but you can only harass women outside abortion centres if you happen to be Muslim. And that, and you just come from Algeria. In that case, it's part of their cultural heritage. And don't be a racist cunt and make sure they get their nice hotel room and their free phone and free food and clothes and everything else.
Because he believes in some kind of abortion ban. It's absolutely disgusting. Do I want him touching women's abortion rights in this country? No. I want him to stick his nose.
You know, I want them to say, if you're gonna be decent human beings, you get a trade deal. If you're gonna carry on being the low-life scum that you are, you don't, right? And I love that they're doing that, right? I genuinely love that they're doing that. And again, things are not going this way, but we will, going the wokiest way. But we will get into that as we get into the Doctor Who news. What should we look at next? We've got a couple of things. Okay, first let's look at this. Right, let's talk. Speaking of Doctor Who stuff, then we'll get to that. Somebody has done something that I really wanted done, and here I got to find the website for him. Cunning Monkey has come up top trumps. Look at this.
We have noted your particular interest.
Now, I was a bit upset at the season 7 box set that they didn't have any updated effects, and I really thought the Silurians needed it. I thought that dinosaur it's so distracting, right? Because it looks terrible. I'm sorry, it does. It's not charming. It looks terrible. And I really thought they should have at least done something with that, right? If nothing else. Well, Cunning Monkey has come at trumps. There we go.
Planet Earth. For that reason, you will be sent back to that planet in exile. You will be sent to Earth in the 20th century and will remain there for as long as we deem proper.
I do like the way they use Brian Halsall throughout that era of Gallifrey stories. It kind of gave you a nice continuity.
He's a complete stranger. I've never seen him before in my life.
An alien who travels through time and space in a police box?
Yeah, okay. Ambassadors of Death needed this. Massively. I'm sorry. I mean, God bless Matt Irvin, whoever it was, Bernard Wilkie, whoever it was, with a few washing up bottles, but it needed this.
And closer. Still going high.
Coming down fast, though, Mum. Anything this wrong?
How do I know that you're...
I just don't feel like there's a massive enhancement.
Not an imposter.
But you don't.
Oh, by the way, this is Miss Shaw.
Delighted, Miss Shaw, delighted.
What are you a doctor of, by the way?
Practically everything, my dear.
Why Autons leave like little puffs of orange smoke?
A couple of our junior technicians went exploring on their day off. There was an accident. One of them was killed.
So much better. Okay, we see more of the T-Rex. So much better.
Visual abrasions on the body, strangely resembling scratches or claw marks. Claw marks?
And also being illuminated by torchlight, that's just a good idea. Right? It's just a good idea.
Same as the footprints you saw in the cave.
No, this is smaller. These are the footprints of a biped.
Someone down there. I think I hit him. Did he attack you? No, something else. Bullets wouldn't stop.
Because I want to find out more about these creatures. They're not necessarily hostile.
Again, why couldn't the BBC fucking have done this?
It attacked me.
Yes, but only to escape. It didn't kill you. It didn't attack me when I was in Quinn's cottage. Hello, are you a Silurian?
Actually, not really. Yeah, you got that completely wrong. Yeah, I kind of like that glow they're adding as well. It does kind of work. Earthmen never invite their ancestors to dinner. You know what I've been watching the last couple of nights? Absolutely loving it. The special edition of Curse of Fenric. That's just a great story.
No contact yet.
There's been no contact for 7 months.
Yeah, again, it makes such a difference. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would, but it really does.
Do you hear anything from them?
Still nothing. I'm going to rotate the link up now.
I do hope the Pete Mateague edit. I might have to re-edit the Pete Mateague edit to put the new effects in. Right? Because I like those Pete Mateague edits. They're really good.
Helicopter and smoke bombs. Yes, they were very well organized.
I wish there was some kind of filter they could put on to make it not look so grey and miserable, right? It would be so much better. Although it is funny seeing whoever it is, Havoc wearing a big floppy hat. So this is short.
Right, cut it open.
The weird thing about Ambassador of Death is there's all these like action sequences with no action music. It's just kind of like quiet, like as the people are like running up and down and doing these actiony things.
Hello, Space Control. This is Recovery 7.
Well, what good's a rocket without a pilot?
I'll take the rocket up for you myself.
Controller, you must...
Again, oh god, the new rocket's so much better. Everything's better.
Stop liftoff.
Doctor Who is go. Da-da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum.
Can you jettison stage 1 prematurely?
Yeah, again, it just makes it easier to watch.
Doctor, a large unidentified object is approaching you on collision.
It does kind of look like a space vagina, doesn't it? It's a giant glowy space vagina. Well, I'd like to be the ambassador.
Of course.
It's closing in too fast. I can't.
They're out to me, baby. Your space vagina can close in as fast as you like. This was a really well-edited sequence. It was really creepy. Oh, God, it's so much better. Will you stop being so much better?
Well, according to Professor Stallman, we shall have a vast new storehouse of energy which has lain dormant since the beginning of time.
The circuits are locked and overloading.
That's better.
Liz, it's me.
Okay, and why is she so much hotter with short dark hair?
Don't you recognize me? Already told you. I come from a parallel space-time.
So, what was it? The New Adventures. Virgin New Adventures, the earlier one. Revelation, Paul Cornell's first one, had a whole thing about, see the picture in the corner there of the glorious leader? He says it's one of the pictures he was shown in the War Games about one of the possible faces he could have. So the idea is on that Earth, the Doctor took it over, right? Became that guy, took it over and destroyed it, essentially.
Time continuum, a twin world of this.
Welcome back.
Where did you go? The rubbish tip?
A rubbish tip.
Oh dear.
Yeah, good on you, cunning man. These are all available for free. Here we go. A second, share screen. This is his website. I'm sure somebody's already put it in, but I'll put it in right now. Oh, we're on the wrong thing. There you go. Twink. There you go. Matrix editions. And then we will get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Is it the full serials? Planet Evil. Oh wait, is it one of the Matrix editions? Maybe it is a Pete Mateague cut then, because the Matrix editions are like they're shorter. So I'm going to have to investigate this more fully. Well, how long is the Silurians? Let's start with that. Does it say? If I press play, maybe it'll tell us. So that's 53 minutes. It might be the Pete Mateague cut. Ooh, I'll be happy about that. I don't know. It's yeah. Look, anyway, so go and download them for free. It's a service to fandom kind. So thank you very much. I am looking forward to getting into these. You have done well. Cunning Monkey have done well, and we thank you. We, the grateful fandom. It's good to have a good Doctor Who made by somebody, even if it's not the BBC. And let's be fair, the BBC is not making good Doctor Bloody Who, right? They could not be accused of that right now. No, they could. Where are we up to? Violence. Yeah, was the thumbnail? Oh, I did you proud to say thumbnail. Let me see. Let's get this ready first. Yeah, 1 second. We got to get Rusty Davis doubles down. Share screen. By the way, something very sad's happening, right? Something very, very sad. You know how Elon Musk came out as a Nazi because he waved alone? People said it's a Nazi salute. It's happening everywhere. Taylor Swift, now a Nazi. There's a lot of it about. I want to tell you, mate. People just love the Nazi thing now, especially Labour, because who are essentially Nazis. Anyway, let us get to the chat. Oh, dear, I wonder how poor David Tennant is after the Supreme Court's decision. Probably facing the wrath of Georgia. Yes, he's probably. I think the other great thing is they can't even blame the Tories. Like, damn Tories, it's Labour. Oh, yeah. But they would normally be blamed like, oh, damn Tories. We'll be getting to Mr. David Tennant, little smuck face in a minute. That'll be one of our first stories. Yeah, because it's so delicious. Yes, it is. What does any TV executive do in 2025 when faced with utter failure? They double down. Nicola Bryant, Perry as a croupier just looks fantastic, right? I like your outfit, darling. Thank God for the wonders of AI. Right? Thank God for the wonders of AI. They've made life so much better in so many ways. I want to put it all. I'll put it all on woke and queer. Yes, Russell, we know you do, and you did, and you fucked up, and everybody hated it. What? I know. I'm like. Like we had a really good discussion with Dan last. What was it on Tuesday? Right? Yeah, it was a really good discussion with him. But like my impression was this: that his love of Doctor Who. I have a couple of things. Look, for me, the wokeness and the anti-white working class peopleness of it is very, very, very obvious. To him, it didn't register on him at all. And I think that's partially because of his love for Doctor Who. He wants to love Doctor Who, right? But he gets so much shit for like saying I didn't hate it. He's only ever going to be honest. I don't know. Oh, yeah, he's not. As long as I know, he's only ever going to be honest. And you got to respect somebody's honest opinion. If he didn't get smacked in the face by the wokeness, then he didn't get smacked in the face by the wokeness, right? I did, right? And it's not and it's not a universal thing, but I think it's just because people really want to like Doctor Who. Essentially, they're willing to overlook a lot of bad shit. If you get something like Star Trek Discovery, you just can't overlook it. Same with the Jodie era, because that was done so incompetently, right? The production values were excellent, I would say, but they are all still bonkers. Anyway, we're up to Matty H. Holy Land. You're Holy Land now, mate. That makes my life so much better. I feel bad though. I should call you Hoyland, but that was your name. What are we up to? Fine. Lonnie is here. Doing Lonnie. Thank you for joining us. Come back to Doctor Who one day. A great Doctor Who series. I tend to agree with you, Maddie. I do. Right? I just think one day this age of woke is going to end. Right? One day it's going to end. I guess gotta hope it's happening. I mean, look, I don't know. How can it go on so long? Like, how do they have the resources to keep making this shit? That now that China's not taking Hollywood anymore, that's going to make a big difference. Thank God for that, right? Thank God for that. Oh, let's have this trade war with China. I really love this idea. Archie Collin is here. Archie Collin, thank you for joining us. Anyone think Star Trek Enterprise theme makes them think of how far humanity has come and what we achieve? Wish you had that attitude back, man. Yeah, I agree with you. Rather than saying, "Oh, we're the worstest ever," right? So it's Easter weekend. I wonder how Doctor Who's going to do this week. Like, what's it on? First thing I'll do, I'll see what's happening. It's up against Americans Got Talent, I think. And then also, I hope it's good weather. The number's going to be out. And I hope the FA Cup goes into extra time. It makes me happy to see this era fail. And it really genuinely does. Someone says, Yasmin, according to the Supreme Court, you're in fact a man. You're a winning tackle. And it's a man's winning tackle. Oh, I keep up. So you're not stunning and brave anymore. Oh, I keep up. I know, not like you, Jodie. You know, with you're a lady because you don't have a PP. I know. We need the Supreme Court to tell us that nowadays. What are we up to? Matthew Pounder is there. Matthew Pounder. Freedom from freedom, to quote the Third Doctor. Yes, slavery. Catherine Fierce, I'm so glad a woman will get a not cisgendered, or they're going to fight back. But, you know. Pakistan is an Islamic state and has nukes. Well, there you go. Look, Archie Collin always brings in facts and reason. I totally forgot about that. You're absolutely right. Paul Tosland is here. Paul Tosland. What's we got here? All the blue-haired Queen people should go to Gaza and leave us. Well, you know, again, here's some exclusive footage of the new audience. Rossi Davies is sure was going to watch Doctor Who, right?
Queer, trans, mask, and queer. What's trans mask? Trans mask is like people under the non-binary umbrella identifying like or presenting mask.
Oh, you're fucking crazy. You're not. There's nothing masculine about you, dumb cunt. Oh, okay, that's the new identity, dumb cunt. Right? I identify as a dumb cunt. Yes, you do, darling. Yes, you do. Why are you so proud of it? No genocide, no salvation. And as for the Gaza civilians protesting against Hamas, I don't buy it. I do buy it because they don't have any. Because now it's the Trump government. There's we're able to fight this war like anybody else would, and they're all falling apart pretty darn quickly. Oh, I love it. What they're doing right now, I think, is really trying to strangle their supply lines, which would be fantastic, right? Who was that? I think he was a ex-Labour MP, right? Come to think of it, isn't that capsule a bit small? Surely they're supposed to be large enough for a man in a spacesuit to. It looks about the same size as the one in the what's the name? In the one I had in the studio. Problem being here, I felt bugged after Pike season 7, but I was so fucked off about that. It was the most low effort release out of them all. No new effects, no 5.1 sound. Okay, I have an interesting story about 5.1 sound, right? Which my brain just can't comprehend. So I finished my show on Tuesday, right? And I went to and I was watching Curse of Fenric, as one does. But the remote control for my sound system, I got like 2 speakers behind, 2 in front, and somewhat the whole thing, right? Falls on the floor, and something pops in the receiver, and there's this little flashing blue light thing going on, and it won't turn on. So I did some research, and it's like, I got to take it to like we have a few of them here. You have like some Russian national, space scientists that have little shops, electronic shops that can repair anything. I can take to that, but I'm like, so I put on the the internal speakers. My TV isn't that old or isn't that new, I would say. I got it before COVID. It's like a big, flat screen 60-inch. And I have to tell you, I really couldn't tell the difference in the sound quality between the 5.1. Like, what? How? I figured there must be some kind of sound bar built in or something like that. But my daughter had a sound bar she wasn't using. In Israel, whenever you renew your phone contract, they used to give you a bunch of shit. Like, what shit would you like today? There's a sound bar, right? So I set up the sound bar and it works fine, right? I can't tell the difference. So here's the thing. The soundbar is supposed to give you 5.1 360 sound somehow, and I don't understand it, but it seems to, right? So I don't know. It's really weird, right? Maybe I was just being an audio snob all these years, insisting on this huge big speaker setup, right? But I don't understand how it works, but I'm very happy it does. Anyway, So, Cutting Monkeys is for you, baby. Is that Brian Murphy in the picture? Or as Georgia Bill? No, it could have been Brian Murphy, actually. I don't know why I'm saying so authoritative. It could be. But that, again, according to the Doctor Who book Revelation by Paul Cornell, great Doctor Who writer, massive douchebag. It's The Glorious Leader, who is, in fact, an evil doctor. Right? Nice idea. That season box set did kind of piss me off. What do you reckon the next one's going to be? I don't think it's going to be a black and white. And for the love of God, I wish they won't do the animations anymore. Like, it's such a dead technology at this point. It really is. It's dead. It's over. It looks stupid now. They're going to go back and redo them, all again, right? It's and there's so many competing different ones. I saw Ian Levine has this great article about him in the New York Post about all the work, and I'm so happy for Ian Levine to get all the props he can get, right? I think he's so super deserve it. I wish I liked his reconstructions. I really do, but I do think I like how he's pushing the whole art form forward, right? So I don't think we're getting a black and white one, but who knows? So we got, what's the ones left? We got 7, we have 8, 9, 10. We got season 11, Pertwee last one, and 13. I reckon season 13 is going to be the last one released. So in the same way that Terror of the Zygons, I think, was the last Blu-ray release, and probably the last VHS release. I can't remember. So 7, we got 11, 13, Key to Time, which was 16, 11, 13, 16, 21, and that's it. So what do I reckon is next? 11. I don't think it's 13. I don't think it's 11. So it's 16 or 21. I hope it's 21. My guess is 16. Right? My guess is 16. But I think they should wait as long as possible before doing the rest of the black and white ones to see what technology is around then to recreate them, right? Because it's. I mean, look, they are saying humanity's got 6 years left before it's completely obsolete, and AI is already correcting itself. Over the next year, they're saying about 80% of programmers are going to be replaced by AI programmers, right? And it seems to be most middle-level jobs are going to be replaced by AI as well. So I don't know what that's going to look like, right? We're in for an interesting time. And so it's interesting, actually, talking about AI. Both Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk are calling for all IP laws to be scrapped. Why? Because China ignores all IP, all IP laws, and they just feed everything into their AI to help it learn, right? Which is why Elon Musk bought Twitter, turn it into X, an AI farm essentially. But they're saying the China is way ahead of us in AI. in that it's they just steal all the intellectual property and put it into their AI to train it. Maybe they'll get an AI first and they'll be destroyed first. Hopefully. Wouldn't that be great? Okay. If somebody makes an AI and it then wipes out all the arseholes, right? And then just says, look, we did this because we want to make peace. We got rid of your arseholes, all the politicians, anybody who seems to be wants to scream from the river to the sea in the middle of London, or anywhere. All those people, they're all gone. With some kind of nanovirus. By the way, I am really liking this new season of Black Mirror. It's the first episode I thought was pretty darn good. I have my criticism, but I just watched the Capaldi episode. Freaking excellent. Oh, I do love Black Mirror. I'll be doing a season review soon. I got 2 more episodes to go. But it's really good, right? It's really be good. Wait a minute. Oh, man, I blocked up my ear. 1 second. Oh, I think I did the thing. Gorenstein Media, ain't Taylor Swift has always been a nasty well. She does look like one, doesn't she? David Milling is here. Hey, David says, "I!" Right, I agree with you. Blue Origin? I heard that. What is that? Oh, I was going to talk about that. Why does everything Jeff Bezos do seem so incredibly lame? He sent a bunch of chicks into space, and it was. They're saying it was fake now. But it was just like, it was cringe like everything else Bezos does, right? Sorry, David Milling here. I hope you're well. I identify as fucking tired of all this shit. So are we all, right? It's called spatial audio or Dolby Atmos. Yeah, I don't understand it. My brain can't work it out. Again, I talked to Dan about it. I said, my brain can't do it, right? It just says, no, it doesn't work, but it does. It's a way of throwing sound around behind you like Q Sound did in the 90s again. You're more knowledge than me. The enemies are a piss take. We deserve better quality. I mean, it is true, right? Going back to start, I would really let's see. The stuff that What's-Name's been doing, Mid-Journey Doctor Who's been fantastic, right? I'm really looking forward to his trailer for spare parts he's putting out, right? It really is good. The AI prompting will be the next hot job well paid. Well, probably what'll happen is your AI prompts will go into an AI that will then modify your prompts and put it into an AI, right? That's probably how it's going to go down. Oh, man. Oh, really blocked up. Is that better? I think that's better. I don't know. Fine. Where do we start? You got quite a lot of Doctor Who stuff to go to. Let me take this off screen so I can rearrange these images. I'm telling you, thank you, Nicola. You've done a fantastic job, right? Okay, that one should go there. Here, 1 second. That's the Lux stuff. Is it safe and water? It's safe and Lux. I'll put this over here. That we don't need. I'm going to show this picture. Which, I'm going to have to explain to you why it's funny. But I should put this on my family's WhatsApp. Where is it? Oh, is this as well? I've got too much stuff here. Hang on. We're nearly there. There's so much insanity. Oh, this goes over here. Doink. Nearly there. Oh, why is everything so hard? She cried. It's just I'm a virile man, baby. What do you want at me? I'm a virile man. Anyway. You know how they always told you that trans women are women? Right? They kept saying, trans women are women, trans women are women, trans women are women. Apparently they're not. Apparently they're not. Amazingly, incredibly, the thing that any child could have worked out and told you happens to be true, right? I mean, they're out there freaking gold. Yet trans women are not women. Oh, and they needed the Supreme Court to tell them. Really? Really? That's just sad. Who is this? Senator Creasy. J.K. Rowling is wrong. A woman can have a penis. Who is she? Sometimes you have to break cover and be controversial as MP for Walthamstow, impassionate campaigner for women and mothers. How are you campaigning for women and mothers when you want to take away their protected spaces? Like who is Stella? Oh, we'll get you in a minute. Little more on David. I want to find out who Stella Creasy is. That's good. Let's do a bit of juggling. She cried. We do. There you go. Stella Creasy. No, Stella always sounds like a porn star name to me. Who is she? Stella Judith Creasy is a British Labour and cooperative politician, has been a member of Parliament for the constituency of Walthamstow since 2010. She served in the front bench in teams of Ed Miliband and Harriet Harman. So she's an arsehole. Okay, fine, she's an arsehole. It has no idea what we're talking about. Anyway, the world of Doctor Who is not taking this well, right? They're not taking this easily. Firstly, writer of the most expensive episode of Doctor Who ever, who also wrote a book trying to teach children how to make it easier to be raped by adults. And I'm not exaggerating. Right? She wrote a children's book telling them how to use gay sex apps to find people to have sex with. So that's the same thing, right? I know, and like with graphic discussions of sexual acts. Now, Juno Dawson is one of those newfangled ladies with a penis. As we call them now, men. Right? Listen, baby. Stella Creasy is a Tory too. Oh God, makes me want to be sick. Yeah, I mean, like when judges and obsessed trans phones spend millions of dollars saying what the word means. Excuse me, you all fucking decided what the word meant. You decided women meant people with penises. No, you're the ones obsessed. You're the ones who wanted to change language, and we're saying no. Like the sane world is pushing back against your batshit insanity, right? They're acting like this isn't a reaction to them. Like what? Why would you say that people with penises aren't women? Because they're not fucking women, you fucking fuck-nut weirdo! Stop trying to convince everybody they are. There's nothing good coming out of this. I mean, there really is. There's nothing good coming out of this. I want every trans person and their friend to get offline and go for a cup of tea and a little cake. Yeah, fuck off. Just fuck off and leave us alone. Yeah, get offline, don't come back. Go away, right? Not talking about trans erasure, just talking about just shutting up. Don't have to listen to your bullshit constantly ever again. Right? That would make me happy. That indeed would do the trick for me, baby. Have a cup of tea and a little cake. That might make you your penis female, right? Or maybe you're just not a girl. I'm a woman today. No, you're not. I was a woman yesterday. No, you weren't. I'll be a woman tomorrow. No, you won't. No, you won't. Not unless you can change your chromosomes, which you can't. Right? You're not a lady, right? It's not a costume. All right? I'm sorry. You're a chick with a dick, which means you're a bloke. Right? That's just, I wouldn't call myself the top scientist in the world. But I still think, it's... It's not that crazy to say people with penises are probably men.
No, there are no chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits.
Yeah, listen. Ted knows what he's talking about, baby. A judge who wouldn't even hear from a single trans person doesn't know us, but it doesn't matter how much I know you. Oh, good God. Like this red cup, right? I may want to say it's a blue flamingo. It's a blue flamingo. It's a blue flamingo. It was a blue flamingo yesterday. It's a blue flamingo today. It's a blue. No, it's a red fucking cup. You fuck. And listen, if you want to say that people with penises are women, fine. And by the way, this doesn't mean you can now discriminate against or attack trans people, but the 99.9% of attacks on trans people are people like me say, I don't think people with penises are women, right? So that's no longer an attack. So there will be no attacks on trans people. Like, no one's beating you up, right? As far as I know. We are who we say we are. No, you're not. No, you're not. And they are very sad people. You look the one who's sad. Actually, darling, you're not. I'm sorry. You're not a lady, right? And I'm sorry this is a hill that not only you got up to die on, but you put Doctor Who up to die on, right? Because this is that you systematically destroyed Doctor Who. So I've decided, by the way, Friday, I'm going to be doing, Friday is going to be a writing day for me because we got, Sabbath comes in much later now, comes in around, 7 o'clock? Yeah, something like that. So I'm going to there's a few writing projects I want to be working on. One of them is, I was going to do this book called Eki Thump, where I was going to do a review of each of the Jodie episodes and a review of the year. Essays about it. So I might do that. That's one of the things I want to be working on. But I also wanted to carry on through the shooter years as well, right? The death of Doctor Who, queered to death. So that's one thing. There's another thing I'll be working on. I'm not going to be starting this one yet, but I want to do an in-depth episode guide review of Westworld, one of my favorite shows of all time. Freaking love that show. Right, I absolutely adore it. I'd love to get it if I can get in touch with people like Lisa Joy, I think, was the head writer on it, and just have them on for a chat. Right. Having said that, I would love to see if I can invite Mike Huckabee on. He's just arrived in Israel as ambassador. So that's the other thing. Third thing is, I talked about this in the summer. Now I'm finally ready to do it. I got some original fiction, which I want to write, and I thought the idea of having an AI replica of David Bowie that was invented sometime in the future, and then hundreds of years later, it was like freeware because it was just common, and it ends up being installed as a space stations or mining stations, ship's computer, right? And the idea is there is another AI they encounter, which has created a reality vortex in space and time. And that AI is based on Christopher Lee, because Christopher Lee is a very expansive, insane thinker. So that's the third one I might be working on. So yeah, that stuff will be going out to people who subscribe to my Substack, right? And then when it's ready to be made in the book, I'll have books. Yeah, that is the plan. Anyway, I digress. Whovian fan base. So they didn't take this easier. Doctor Who is a show that welcomes diversity, includes trans characters, and celebrates differences. No, it doesn't. It doesn't celebrate differences you don't like. You don't celebrate people who believe in God. You hate them. You deride. You don't celebrate those people at all. Right? You're very, very, very selective on who you're kind to. Here at Whovian Family, we stand with solidarity with trans people. Good for you. Again, I don't think anybody should be abused for being trans, right? And I don't think it's abuse to say I don't share your belief that you're a woman, right? Just in the same way, I don't share Muslims' beliefs. I don't share Hindus' beliefs. I don't share flat earthers' beliefs. Trans women are women. That's your faith. Good for you. Trans men are men. That's your faith. Please report, block, and challenge those who are the opposing view. How is having an opposing view hateful? I honestly, how is having an opposing view in any way, shape, or form hateful? It's not now, is it? Right? It's not. With a person as they are not welcome in the Hooniverse. No, you're not fucking welcome. Fucking fascist, fucking cunt. Right? You are not welcome because you are a fascist fucking cunt. Right? One thing Doctor Who has never been, a breeding ground for fucking fascists, which is what it is now. Because you people are fucking fascists. I mean, that's why you have to bully everybody into submission to say that you think people with penises are women. Right? They're normally just gay. Honestly, the trans movement is the most misogynic and homophobic movement of all time. It really is. They hate gay people. They hate women. So it only took you will have to come through me. Really, it only took a small group of called for women Scotland to go through this nasty little whip. He is, isn't he? And put an end to this demonic ideology built on pure and utter nonsense. Oh, you are right. I agree with you, Paul Clifton. I mean, really, why is having children as part of your kink so important, right? To enable women feel safer together while contend with far more dangerous ideological cunt in our midst, cult in our midst. I said cunt, and I think I was right? And this is what has destroyed Doctor Who. So we're going to Paul Clifton. Saturday, 481,000 4 to 15-year-olds saw Gladiators. 61% of the kids view. That's pretty good. 556 of them, 74% of the audience, switched off when Doctor Who came started or saw Britain's Got Talent. Russell Davies stated agenda to recruit kids to the LGBT sex cult has failed spectacularly. Yes, it has. 74% of the available was switched off, right? Yeah, look, Russell, again, you be you. What you're doing here is fine. I have no problem with it whatsoever. It's not my ideology, and I think this should not be. I think there's a public indecency, right? But I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I think consenting adults doing private is their own business. That you try to make this into the mainstream and make it into something that and you bullied people into saying it's normal, and you had a fit when you said when anybody pushed back. Fuck you, Russell. Right? Fuck you. It has very unsurprisingly destroyed Doctor Who. So then, thinking also posted this article. Doctor Who boss Russell Davies shuts down woke backlash over diverse casting. It's not the diverse casting. Why would you box yourself in? Let's look at this. Russell Davies, Doctor Who boss Russell Davies hits back at wokeness criticism. You can hit back as much as you like, right? You can't hit back at your shrinking bloody audience. What's it called? An audience score. Audience. What's it, this thing? What's it called again? Audience participation. Audience share. That's it. Audience share. Right? You can't really argue with that. An audience share, I think, is far more important than ratings. And they're also in the shitter, frankly. Worse than the ratings. Right? And the ratings are very much in the shitter right now. I want to say, before we go forward, let's see what it's up against this week. Saturday. Where is it? Casualty, Doctor Who is totally up against Britain's Got Talent. I hope Britain's Got Talent crushes it. Right, absolutely crush it. It's on at 7:15 this week. It's a pain in the ass. I'm going to go live at 7:30. Yeah, I think I'm going to go live. Who hosts Blankety Blank? Is it what's his name? From Bradley Walsh. Okay. Saving locks. Man, the money they spent on this, waste on this. Anyway, what stupid thing does he have to say? Ross Davies responded to complaints that from some Doctor Who fans that the show's been have labeled the show too woke. No, nothing is too woke. It's either woke or it isn't, and it is woke as fuck, mate. Right? Woke as fuck. Yes. I'm sorry. Right? When you have Yasmin Finney and a magic female penis, which has now been told isn't female at all. Save the universe in your first episode. Fuck off. Yeah, that's woke. Woke and queer. Enough with the woke and fucking queer. Oh, man. Yeah. You introduce your new Doctor in a gay masturbatory fantasy and then have multiple like gay innuendos going on all the way through it, and have him play it super fucking queer with like the Yaz Queen kick. Oh god, it was awful. Yeah, you should have made Doctor Who gay. That was a mistake, and you should have made the show queer. Tell queer story. Start your own fucking show. Start your own queer sci-fi fantasy show. Build that up. Go on. No. We just got to act like fucking cuckoos and steal everything from a existing successful franchise. Oh, God, these people. The showrunner made comments during a BBC Two show on Doctor Who 20 Secrets from 20 Years, explaining he had no time for these reactions of online warriors. Yeah, well, maybe if you listen to the audience, you wouldn't be in the shitter as you are now. And again, I cannot stress this more. Everything was in the palm of your hands, Russell. Right? You could have had a huge success. All you had to do is make, and it could have had like real cultural impact, and you could have like tried to push the envelope. But again, trans is a hill that you died on, and you took Doctor Who to die on it as well. Right? Someone brings up matters of diversity. Explain it's not diversity; it's false diversity. Right? And the online wars have discussed accusing of diversity and wokeness and involving in messaging. Are you actually telling me Planet Incels didn't have any messaging issues? Really? Are you really? What the fuck? What, Rogue didn't have any messaging issues you're trying to get in? Yeah, let's see if anybody can pick up on any of the subtle messaging issues. What was it? Live at 5 videos. Here we go. See if you can pick up any of the subtle messaging on this, if there is any.
I tell you what, when we both get out of this,
I'll suck your dick.
Let's argue across the stars.
With my mouth full of your cum.
I like that.
But I'd also like it if you put your finger in my ass. Oh, if anyone out there does like a finger put in the ass by their gay lover, I don't want to cast aspersions on you. You know, whatever you do, you baby. I have no problem with that. I mean, I do have a problem with somebody put a finger in my ass. All right, I don't know. Like, let's say you're hooking up with I don't know, Sydney Sweeney, right? In the midst of procreation, she wants to put a finger in the ass. I don't know. I guess. Is that something I would go for the greater? I don't know. I really don't want a finger in my ass, right? I really don't. But I really want to fuck Sydney Sweeney. So I don't know which one brings out, right? Archer Collins says it may be an indication Russell David has my mindset that he actually doesn't think that this crap is messaging.
Can you
Yes, kill me for your gay lover.
lose your friend to save the world?
Oh, fuck off. I can't anymore. Ugh. So subtle messaging. There's none there. I didn't notice any. I don't have no time for this at all. Again, maybe if you did, the show wouldn't be fucking failing and on its ass. Right? Maybe if you did, you wouldn't get the lowest fucking ratings of all time. Maybe if you did, you wouldn't have the lowest audience share of all time. I don't know. And I have no time. I don't have for a second to bear because you might call diversity. I just call it an open door. No, again, it's a closed door to white people, right? It's not. No, it's not an open door. And it's not about reflecting society. It's about reflecting a society that makes you feel like you're not full of guilt for being white, essentially. When asked if he writes these themes into the show constantly, he added that, I think it's the only way to write. Well, you used to be able to write these themes into the show without. I mean, maybe there were themes that were like, don't have your cock and balls cut off, kids, right? If you feel like you might be a lady, right? That might be the wrong theme you should have written into it. He continued, I don't think it's harder to write with that narrow window. You're narrowing the window. False diversity narrows that window, right? And that's really why. Why limit yourself? Why breathe in the exhaust fumes? Why be toxic? Again, because here, come over here where life and light and air and sound. You don't live anywhere where that's going on, right? I hate to tell you, you just don't. There's no life and love and sound or anything. No, none of that's actually happening. It's really just you're desperately looking for validation. Right? I mean, that's really what it's about. It's a hunt for validation. And look, most people don't need validation for their worldview. Like, I don't care if you don't believe in Moses or whatever bullshit. I would think it's weird if you did, right? But it doesn't like affect me. Not saying Years and Years was bad per se. I'm saying Grossly Media. I think it was bad. Okay, first, a massive misstep by Rusty Davies because it was an expression of his insane angst at reality, right? Like, oh, Donald Trump's going to destroy the world. No, he's not. I mean, again, I think him being re-elected has broken his little mind. But clearly, all this stuff was written before episode 1 went out last year, right? This has been in the can for a long time. By the way, and that's the thing, if you had any sense whatsoever, you could have so easily cut out the Planet the Incels stuff and make, Alan just be an arsehole. But no, you got to take a shit on everyone, don't you? I mean, genuinely. Narrow window. Veronica said they recently made a companion of Deborah Linda China on the beloved side visitors also addressed these claims that the show's perceived wokeness, saying that it indicated the show was on the right track. No, it indicates you're an actor, an actress, and actresses and actors, generally speaking, are fucking morons. Right? I mean, I think, there's something that actors really need to understand. Don't trust yourself to work things out. You're a moron. Again, look at David bloody Tennant. Like an absolute fucking moron. I had to tell you. Oh, yeah, 1 second. And again, I think did I have a thing from Verada See-Through? Where is it? Yeah, over here. Again, and like this is like a chicken voting for Colonel Sanders, right? Like when women like support this trans insanity. Hang on a second, Verada. And again, Verada, the only reason you're getting away with this bullshit is that you're so fucking hot, right? And Verada See-Through is very, very hot, right? So she says in I think this video, Verada See-Through, what a sad, hateful bunch of humans. Okay, how? By saying we believe women are women. What makes that hateful? What a disgrace to this country. No, you are the disgrace to the country. I'm so sorry, my beautiful trans family. You are so I don't dislike you. I don't not love you. I just don't think that you're a lady if you have a dick. That shouldn't be weird or controversial. It really, really, genuinely shouldn't be, should it? But no, bonkers world we're living in. That is a weird and controversial position to take. And like, again, this is the hill that Rusty Davies has decided to die on, right? It's 100th hill he decided to die on. And I honestly, I think it's pure insanity, frankly. Anyway, let's have a look at I want to look at a couple more reviews, and then we'll get to a preview for this week's episode. Share screen. I wonder what the ratings will be this week. All right. I mean, I hope it's low. And I know I'm being a dick by saying, but I do. Right, I do. 5 ups and 6 ups and 5 down. Let's see if we agree with them. I mean, I think Shooty has lots of ups and downs, and I think he quite likes that. More like in and out. 11 up. Miss Belinda Tanja. Does it have to say Miss? Well, I thought she was very good. I think she. I think with there's probably going to be a kind of season arc as she kind of relaxes into being a companion, and then by the end maybe she doesn't want to leave. I don't know, but I think they're really starting her off being like like somebody swallowed a fly. But again, I really thought this was portrayed as a moral character. I'd like to start with what I believe to be the biggest positive of the opener by some margin for other performance, Belinda Tranda. I agree, right? I agree. I'm not going to take a shit. See, the thing, and I beg all of you not to do this. If you don't like something, especially for ideological reasons, don't pretend that every aspect of it is awful, right? Chris Chibnall, his stuff was terrible. I thought the Sontaran design was excellent, right? I thought the Dalek spaceship interior was very good, right? I thought when they didn't have her on screen, it really helped a lot, right? But there's no need to take a shit on everything, right? If something's awful, just take a shit on what's there. And there's plenty of. I said the same thing about Trump. Like, look, I understand you not liking Trump, but why do you have to make all this stuff up to not like him? There's plenty there not to like, right? I don't get it. Straight out the gate, I'm a big fan of this character. With no slight on Millie Gibson intent. I honestly think she's a good companion. I think he's shit, but I think she's a good companion. I found myself warming to her quicker than I did to Ruby. Belinda with it. Well, she's older and less stroppy. With her NHS job, and she's a bit of a Mary Sue, and everything she does is wonderful. House just complete with troublesome landlord and bickering roommates. Feels relatable in a way. I mean, like, life just seems kind of miserable for her, though. In a real way that most characters did not last series. I think that's fair, too. I agree with you, right? She did seem like a much more real character. It was something that was always one of Rhapsody Davis' strengths in his first era. And I'm glad to see that skill remains in his wheelhouse. I'm glad he brought it back. Also, I'm a big part of owing to Chandra's performance to helping to see to sell both her competence and her as over this attitude. This is going from fine. Yeah, we liked her. Okay, she was good. All right. This is up written in the stars. See, I don't think this mystery was really that labyrinthine, right? So hard to work out. Well, let's see if they explain it. The central premise of the episode was so goofy, but in my opinion, it was perfect, light-hearted opener. I tend to agree with this on that as well. All right, I think honestly, this episode was shipwrecked by Shooty Gatwa's performance more than and the white working class male hatred, of which there was quite a lot. It was a perfect in which the plot was always takes a back scene to favour a new companion. We've seen these star diplomas for a time. They were all the rage. Many of us have received one from when our partner ran out of good ideas. And like Belinda, she had to feign excitement for such an occasion. Yeah, I mean, she was a bit of a cunt to her boyfriend, but why was he such a loser? Right? I love the ludicrous twist in that this lazy, faux, sentimental present is what drags Belinda halfway. Yeah, halfway. I agree with you. Like, honestly, I think with most other doctors, this would have been a delightful premise for a show, right? I think it really would have been, fun. Again, if they just cut out the plant and the incels line, essentially, and then the only problem that you couldn't get over was Shooty Gatwa. And that's a big bloody problem. Who said that? Matthew Bounder says she's a female Adric. Is she? Probably she's a total sociopath. I don't know. Look, she was in a shitty mood. I understand that. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to play out. Right. I'm not really. I'm not really that invested in this. I'll be honest with you. But we all agree Adric was the gayest character in Doctor Who up until that time. I mean, I have to think about it. You got Aladdin from the Daleks. That's pretty darn gay. When the strange time dilation between the two planets feels a little undercooked. Yes. It's possible enough to believe the diploma might serve as a foundation for a myth of a society from a distant star. I will say though, if they're going to do another 73 yards where a mystery of the robots how got the certificate in the first place is left unexplored, I regularly declare this plot point a down. Well, I assume they got the certificate when they went with the time dilation thing. Didn't they? I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like such a big deal. But look, the season is heading to a finale with like a destruction on Earth on the week before when episode 7 airs. Again, it's really shooting outward, and the work this is killing it. Up the robot, retro robot. I agree. I wish they would explain why they're retro. But I thought I love that whole design. There's rocket ships again. It really, really worked, right? I could really see that Sylvester McCoy in that era. That feels like Doctor Who to me. I was a big fan of the visual stylings of the episode, which clearly took inspiration from retro sci-fi comics and B movies, with shiny, clunky, oversized robots in the eyesore rocket. Rossi was aiming for 50. So yeah, I think that this was a real success as well. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, see when they're down. So long, Sasha. We hardly knew it. Oh yeah, the Doctor again. He turns up. He's been there for 6 months. The rebels are doing well, and he gets everybody killed essentially. Well, he had a potential companion who gets killed rescuing Belinda because the Doctor is shit. They write him as being shit. Yes, I know Doctor telling a random side character that he's going to show them the stars. It's time for an immediate painful death scene. Well, I hope that happened in Rogue. He should have learned to stop saying this. Maybe or maybe just leave Christmas Day alone. That's probably a good idea. It's a trope I don't mind being used for emotional impact as long as it's earned in an episode. See Linda from Parting of the Ways, Astrid from Voyager of the Damned, and Rita from God Complex was great. But Sasha 55, a red shirt so blatant there's at least 54 more of her standing by. Exactly. It was, and him bursting, it was cheap, lazy writing. Shooty being Shooty, I think that's a down. I just see nothing of the Doctor in him. Right? Absolutely nothing. You know, I keep playing the same clip. We'll play it again. Because is Belinda the name of the new companion, says Mark Elizabeth. Yes, she is. Yes. Who cares? Only for another 7 episodes. The Doctor Who's cooked. Yeah, 1 second. I mean, this is just one of the most damaging things I've ever seen to Doctor Who. This is more damaging than anything from Delta and the Bannerman, which was pure damage in my mind. It's over here. And again, I think all this design is pretty darn good. Is it this one? Yeah. We go back. Yeah.
Goodbye, Alan.
This place is nuts.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah, that just, oh god, the cringiest thing ever. Oh, it's so cringy. Doctor Who shouldn't be cringe. So yeah, that's a down. That is a down. So this is what? 6 ups and 5 downs. 6 downs and 5 ups. Down. Who Damani? No, really, who is that? Yeah, he was just there to be eye candy that Russell wants to stroke himself off to. Yeah, essentially. I tend to be playing this again. Yeah, this is Rusty Davies casting. And I generally think this is how most of this era has gone down. Where is it? Here we go.
Casting director, yes, it's Russell T Davies here, executive producer of Doctor Who. I've had a look at the headshots you sent me. They're all absolutely marvellous. But I had some thoughts. I thought for episode 1, you see on page 1, there's a very, very sexy man. Yes, I thought we could cast him in episode 1. For episode 2, there's another sexy man on page 2 I thought we could have a look at. For number 3, there's a sexy man that I'm sure we could fit in somewhere. I'm sure I could fit him in somewhere anyway. And finally, I was talking to a twink last night on Grindr, and I may have promised him he could be the next Doctor.
Yep, and that's how Doctor Who's made net nowadays. Oh, man. You're not as bad as Manny, mate. What you say? Okay, fine. Yeah, it was an underwritten character, which is very like for other writers, I wouldn't give him a hard time. But for Rusty Davies, who's very good at writing character, and he can do it in like few lines. He draw up a complete. That character had no character. I actually like this bit as well. If it wasn't for I'd be hating shooting Gatwa, right, and everything about this era. They had a really weird, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey bit, right, where the two certificates touch. And I thought that one worked pretty well, right? It's I think it was directed well. I thought it was weird. I thought it was interesting. More of that. Down, Painted Rusty mystery books. Oh, see, for me, that's an up, right? I like the idea it's going somewhere, but like, is it? And we were all really burnt with Ruby Sunday, weren't we? Right? And Mrs. Flood. I don't know. Down, we have Martha at home. What's that? Now, I'm not accusing Rusty Davies of being a wholesale ripoff of Tennant's first run, but so far exactly. So he's saying this is a rerun of Martha Jones. You know what? I'll give him a pass for that. You know, it's been a long time gone by. And I think, Brian Seathru is a good enough actor that makes it an independent character. But like, look, Doctor Who Companions always did fit into a kind of cookie cutter mold. Right? Down, surface level commentary. Yes. Planet the Incels. Yeah, that was one of the biggest. Yes. So on the fucking nose. And again, such a great piece of design wasted. Right? Just so on the fucking nose. Right? And this incel culture, I'm sorry. I said this every time I reviewed this episode, that one of the big lies going on right now is trying to say that the uptick in violence in English society is because of white working class people, where it's really because of multiculturalism. And by that I mean, you know, look, Arab society isn't culturally compatible with Western civilization, right? There's no pluralism there, right? And there's a lot more violence there. There's a lot more sexual violence there, right? And I understand nobody wants to hear these people who make it don't want to hear multiculturalism is bad. But, like, it's bad, right? It's bad. And it's a really dumb idea to go there. And honestly, you could have edited out that obnoxious subcontext. So, up a reluctant passenger. She's a little bit too reluctant, right? And she's don't get me wrong, I would be very dismissive of a Shuchi as well, right? I think she's a little bit too reluctant. But again, I think that's probably a season arc that she's going to lean into, right? I would like to see her have some character development. Again, I think she's a fine actress. I really do. So I think she could probably pull it off. You certainly pull me off, darling. I won't stop you. Fine. Let's have a look at it. Let's do a bit of a preview of looks. If it's safe and water, it's is it a three page? Yep, 3 pages. Safe and water, it's safe and lux. Reeling them in, Lincoln's Rush's original pie. In a nutshell, Miami 1952. Investigating the dismissal of 15 people from the Palazzo Picture Palace, so Dr. Blinder encounters a sinister new enemy who isn't as two-dimensional as he first appears. Look, this actually does look like a really good villain. Right? But again, you got to deal with Shooty Gatwa as well, and I fucking hate he doesn't have a costume. Come back. Lux is a Doctor Who story that Rusty gave us away to years, possibly his whole lifetime to tell. It's an idea I've always wanted to do. It's literally a matter of being able to afford it, explains Russell in the groundbreaking episode that blends live action with stunning hand-drawn animation inspired by Fleischer Studios. It looks fantastic, okay? Again, I'm not going to rank on it for things it does well. That it overall fails in my estimation doesn't mean the animation looks better. It looks fucking fantastic, right? There's just no denying that. There are some ideas you can float around until they find the right space. I've skipped through so many variants of the episode over the years. 20 years ago, this world had been set aboard a spaceship with a hologram designed to look like a cartoon, because holograms are comparatively easy to do. on an FX budget. But a proper animation requires a significant more amount of money. So this is the era to do this one. Well, again, yeah, it's a good idea to use X money. I'm surprised I didn't do it last year, actually. Well, again, on the strength of the first episode, there's been definite development between season 1 and season 2, which I didn't think there would be. Right? Was there Raymond Williams says, was there a story? Was the story good? Do people want to rewatch it? No, the story is not good, and people don't want to rewatch it. Right? No. And you can say that about every fucking Doctor Who story in the last 7-8 years. And a lot of people didn't like World Enough and Time, and I liked it. Oh no, what's it? What's the one after that? The Capaldi Regeneration one, where they had the first Doctor in it, and people didn't like it. Whatever, I like that one, right? I did like that one. But I think that was the last good episode of that I would rewatch. Because no slouch as a cartoonist, Rusty Davies spent much of childhood drawing Doctor Who comic strips, while his first television job in the BBC graphics departments. I love animation, and those Fleischer cartoons have fascinated me since childhood. They are beautiful because they were still showing them in the late 70s. Even if you go back to Midnight 2008, which I think the episode when you see they're in the spaceships is a sequel to, and again. It does reek a little bit of creative bankruptcy. You're going back to do sequels to popular episodes from, it's a bad idea, right? Unless you wanted to bring the fucking Daleks or Cybermen into it, then that would be a good idea, right? I don't know, mate. Oh, man. I just hope Doctor Who goes away after this. And whenever it comes back, everything post-Capaldi gets decanonized. I just hope so. I put Betty Boop into that. This is an unnerving. What is it today? There's an unnerving quality to them. They're full of odd caricatures with strange eyes, ears, and noses. You're never quite sure what kind of animal they are. There's a sinister edge to them, which is perfect for Doctor Who. I agree with him, right? It's certainly a useful quality for Lux's wisecracking, fourth-wall breaking villain, Mr. Ring-a-Ding, played by what's his name? Alan Cumming, right? Which I hope he's better than he was when he was in the Jodie episode as King James, like the super gay King James. How much gayer could he have played it? The Double-Ender encounter in Miami and abandoned cinema in the 1950s Miami has ground weary, endlessly repeating the same set of adventures in Sunnytown with his friend Sunshine Sally. Instead, he has an eye on an altogether darker purpose that confines the Silver Stream. I hope kids will love Mr. Rick. No kids are watching, right? The way you had kids watching is families would watch together, right? When my kids were young, I watched Doctor Who with them. They loved it. I loved it. We had a great time. I wouldn't watch Doctor Who, your queer Doctor Who with my children because it's you are at odds with my moral values. Right, I do not. I think this promotion of transgenderism is immoral and sick, quite frankly. So, and so many people think the same way, and that's one of the reasons you're not getting families sitting down and watching Doctor Who anymore together. Right? It used to be a fun. And again, you said you wanted to bring in the younger audience, so you make it more TikTok. Should have just done a TikTok, a social media. Story, like in 3-minute bites, right? Just make it good, make it awesome. That was really what you need to do. And don't tell me you could have worked in 3-minute bites, right? It's a different storytelling medium. You absolutely. I mean, look, if you want to know how you get a story across in that, just look at the newspaper strips, right? The James Bond newspaper strips. Five panels a day, and the story always move forward. Right, so kids aren't going to find them scary because they aren't going to be watching it. In some ways, it's a thing you kind of dread, that a person on the stream turning around and looking and realizing you're watching you're watching them. There's a real thrill to that, and again, it's very Doctor Who. Remember when you were all young and all those people were actually inside the television in the cinema, giving voice to Mr. Ring-a-Ding is Alan Cumming making his return to Doctor Who. 7 years after his scene-stealing turn as King James. It was so cringe. Oh God, that was cringe. Ooh, a Nubian. Oh, would you like to oil my nipples? I mean, like, what the fuck? Oh man. And was I saw Joy Wilkinson on one of the behind the sofas recently. I'm like, I love how she like actively doesn't wear makeup and tries to make herself look as shit as humanly possible. Oh God, I don't. And when I say I like it, I don't. I think there's something wrong with it. I think Gaza and Alan Pryor thought Alan straight away says Russell. He didn't ask me if I was worried that there's been a show quite recently. He's a cartoon now because he's doing a voice role. He's doing an American accent, which wasn't a problem. Man, that opening sequence of X-Men 2 when he attacks the president is awesome. Really, really good. Wasn't a problem. Yeah, and to have somebody so well known both sides of the Atlantic. The show's dead in America. You killed it, Russell. Right? Maybe you shouldn't make the show queer as the entire America turned away from queer. Right? So it's just an immediate offer. And luckily he said yes. I imagine Alan Cummings says yes to quite a lot of stuff. I wonder who did the artwork on this? Mr. Ring-a-ding. And look, again, it's true. They do look fantastic. Shooting up with does not strike me as a doctor, rather see through smoking. Right? Although there's... Do I have the scene where the... do I still have that clip they put out? Let me have a look. Where it's just so fucking gay. Oh, God. It's just so gay. No, where is that? Let me see if I can find it on the YouTubes. Go to the official Doctor Who channel. Doctor Who. The TARDIS. Gary Glenn's still alive. I mean, Peter, that is. Where am I up to? We're looking at... I'm going to do the Doctor Who channel. We go over here. Videos. There was a video of them like changing their clothes at the beginning of this episode. Where was it? No, it's not there. Not there. Again, I think this episode. I think Doctor Who probably would have worked better had he not. I'm gonna look in the twit saying it's not on YouTube. Had he not turned up in a fucking dress, mincing through a hospital in his first time he arrived. It just really. Yeah, was it BBC Doctor Who? Hang on. Let's see if we can find the clip where he's where they're putting on their costumes. No, not there, not there. Was this it? Is this it? No. Oh, no, that's not it. I thought I had it there. It was in the TARDIS. Is this it? No. There's another trailer. I think it was just before that trailer came out. No. Oh, I can't find it. I mean, we're going to see it ourselves this weekend. Man, as I'm scrolling, I forgot there's The Savages came out. Like, no, leave me alone. I haven't even bothered to look for a pirate to pirate that. I'm so uninterested in it. Anyway, where we're up to. It's just, it's just so gay when he's talking about the costume, the clothes. Let me see if I can find it. I'll do a search. Doctor Who Kuti Gatwa clothes. Oh, hang on. Is this it? Okay. Media. See if that comes up. No costumes. I try Suti Gatwa the see-through clothes. Oh, so annoying. Again, I mean, like the whole thing will be out on Saturday. We'll see it there. But it's really such. Was this? Hang on, it's such a gay clip. No. Ah, so annoying. Here, 1 second. We'll try. Here, 1 second. Lux clip close, and I'll do a Google search rather than a twat search. Is that it? No. Okay, fine. Now we do a YouTube search if that comes up. No. It is worth looking for because it's very, very indicative. That's a trailer. Okay, last place I'm going to look. Is that it? In stylish outfits? No. Yeah, okay. It's just a very gay scene where he says, "Oh, the best bit of China, it's the clothes, baby. It's the..." Oh, fuck off. Can't stand it. I just can't stand it. Leave me alone. Anyway. It's amazing, isn't it? He beams it. It's not the first TV program to drop some animation, of course, but Doctor Who is able to do it in a very unique way. And it's not actually the maddest thing in the Doctor universe. For a cartoon to come to life, it's the kind of thing you would expect cartoons to do in the show. I think that's, again, I think it's just going to be derailed by, obnoxious wokery, which we're going to look at in a minute. Which, I think is going to be a bit of a disaster. But I'd say the proper animated people assume that because we're working with Disney, they must have handled this side of it. But Disney don't sit there with spare animators waiting for a show to come along. It's the animation was done in Britain by Oscar-winning FSX House Framestore. And they did an incredible job. And again, I'm not going to shit on them by saying it's not. No, the quality is very high. Much higher than it is in those reconstruction animations. There's a cheap way of doing animation. And there's this real proper hand. I assume they had it done in China. I didn't think they had it done in England at all. I'm actually kind of impressed with this now. Well, I was impressed to start with. It's beautifully done. I agree with you. It's beautifully done. It really is. And of course, being Doctor Who, there's a lot more to Lux than just being big central ideas. Grief, hope, friendship, and wokeness thing, and the nature of sadness. Oh, there's one particular thing that fans gasping with the audacity and possibly even planning a strongly worded letter until the brilliant payoff makes you put down your pen and start punching the air and say, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're promising too hard, right? I don't believe you, right? That's really the bottom line. I don't believe you." With this episode's set to drop at 8 a.m. on iPlayer, nothing says success than an 8 p.m. Dropping time, 8 a.m. dropping time, I should say. What better way to enjoy a slice of Saturday morning cartoon fun with the Doctor and Belinda? Be careful, Mr. Ring-a-Ding. May look all sunshine and smiles, but there's a cold, icy beam of moonlight going through his heart. Again, yeah, I'm so fucked off that there's not a good Doctor to play this off. You know, right? I really wish Hamish Patel was the Doctor. I think he'll be so much better at it. Oh, that's some real air of mystery and danger. Right? Here, 1 second. So here they put out a clip. Preview clip, where is it? Doink. Again, the low point of this production is shooting Gatwa. No, you're not. Now, Patton General got the role. He would have given it gravitas. Yeah, literally, you're right, Bromley. Like the only black actor that doesn't have any fucking baritone, that minces around. Fuck off. And they should have given a costume. Again, and not saying his costumes are bad. This is a good costume. If this was his look for his Doctor Who, it would have been fine.
How am I saying Katsu? I mean...
Because I never been convinced when he says I'm the Doctor. No. Adam West did a funny thing. What was it, on Big Bang Theory, maybe? Where he says, I never go around saying I'm Batman. Everybody just knew it. Okay. It's not as good as it originally looked. I'm sorry. With Roger Rabbit, you felt they were all in the room together. I'm not feeling that he's in the room with...
Don't forget.
So look, production values, don't forget. I've forgotten you already, darling. You've already been forgotten. But apparently wokeness is going to rear its evil head, as the word on the street. We have this. One of the most impactful aspects of Lux is how it doesn't shy away from the reality of its setting. When the Doctor and Belinda arrive in the 1950s in Miami, they find themselves in the middle of segregation-era America. Oh, well, what a shock. Who'd have thought that coming? A visit to the local diner makes this immediately clear. Whites only establishment. Now, it's much better now you have blacks only instead. Right? Yeah, now you have black only graduation, black only dormitories, right? Now you make, honestly, woke idiot fucks like David Tennant and Russell Davies brought back segregation. You're all in favor of segregation now. Yeah, and you're very in favor of segregating Jews away and make sure they're not allowed in your schools. Right? And the same goes for the cinema. That's the central mystery. The shows are going to pretend the two POC, people of color, will be welcomed by people of Miami in the 1950s Miami. Well, why don't they go to a black community? They probably would be welcome there. Acknowledging the racism and segregation. Again, how are you anti-segregation when you're pro-segregation? All right, the episode managed to address historical context, but it doesn't make it a plot point. Oh, so it's just superfluous and put in there for no reason. It would feel wrong to have a black man sit in 1950s Florida without some form of acknowledgement. You know what? That would feel awesome, frankly. And nobody questioned who the Doctor is or how he comes in. They just instantly trust the Doctor. That would feel awesome, right? You can have the characters in the sense that I've never spoken to a black person before, a Negro before, right? They can say there's ways they could do it. Like Mad Men really, really nailed the racism of the 1960s, I think, very well, in a way that made the people who had the racist attitudes seem believable and three-dimensional and not evil, right? Which is a good thing. So I don't know. I think it's probably going to do badly. This guy, Matthew Purchase, says, hot take. Overnight viewing figures should no longer be published unless there's a massive hit. They don't reflect fairly on the programs themselves anymore and don't count streaming or for stream views. Yeah, I understand. So do you want to look at audience share instead? Which is equally bad. I mean, this is cope to the max, right? Cope max. What do we have to look forward to this Saturday? I don't know. It's probably going to be woke shit with a badly cast Ncuti Gatwa, right? And it's placed in an otherwise enjoyable plot, enjoyable villain, very well realized. Another massive waste of resources, right? That's what I predict. Oh man, I got the Fantastic Four trailers to look at still, and New Thunder. Forget it. We'll do that on Sunday. Fine, I'm back Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. You'll be getting my instant review while the episode's still playing, funnily enough. You'll get my instant review on it. I'll be on for about an hour, and then I'll probably slink over to Dan's channel to take a shit on it there. Because let's be fair, that's almost certainly what's going to happen. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I like a bit of pleasure. Been a pleasure hanging with you this evening. Again, back Saturday night. Going to have a good recap show on tomorrow with basic stuff from this week that I went over. That'll be also that'll be 5 o'clock UK time, 7:30 UK time Saturday night. Be there. Or don't. Like, share, and subscribe. All those things are good. Gonna hit the